All the ideas that made me good, I'm gonna drive them into the ground.
I know what I'm getting into. Like, this is not gonna be good. There's gonna be a lot of not good in this journey.
Peacemaker was great, and so was James Gunn Suicide Squad movie.
Floundering. Hey everybody, welcome back to Big Campaign Stories. To get us started before the recap, let's do a lightsaber check. John.
Hi, this is John playing as Lucius, and I rolled a 3. Marshall, take it away.
Hello, this is Marshall. I play as Keegan, and I rolled a... Oh,
20.
My prediction's already
20.
going.
You can do it.
And my second roll is... an 11.
Not 20 at all.
Wow.
Jesse, why don't you take it away?
Oh my god, I'm Jesse. I'm playing as Oswald, and I got a 19. So close, and yet so irrelevant. Sean.
Hey, I'm Sean. I'm playing as Fours, and I rolled a 9.
So before, John, you hand this over to Jesse for the recap. John, would you like to give us a recap?
No, Jesse, go for it.
God
All
damn
right.
it, John.
I'm too busy thinking about electricity right now.
What?
Deal with it.
All right. So last episode we started off. We were on the road up north to s03e to try and find investigator Quinn. On behalf of Investigator Chavry. Quinn was on the Illican killer case and went missing, hadn't been checked in for a while, so we went to go see if we could track him down. We made it up to s03e, hung out around town trying to get some leads, didn't have a whole lot of luck there. Ended up heading to Gavel Breweries because that was the last known location for Quinn. That place had way more security than we thought it ought to. We ended up scoping it out for a while. It's got like a fence line and like weird tree-blind, secret passage bullshit on the outside. We ended up finding Quinn's car with signs of a struggle, a little bit of his stuff still there, tracks leading into the compound, and that is when Boris and I volunteered to go infiltrate the compound with the others hanging back. And we made it partway through to the compound to one special building. I want to say it's, I don't know, Brew Tank 6, something like that.
Brewery 5.
Brewery 5, I was close. And Fours managed to get up high enough to look in a window and saw something terrifying, which he has not yet shared with the group. And I think that's where we left off.
I think that covers most of the key stuff for our listeners.
There's details in there, but, you know, I think that's the plot relevant stuff, at least the immediately plot relevant stuff. Everything's plot relevant if you go back far enough and weave enough threads.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, it's like if you're following us up until this point.
Reach out to us in the Discord for questions.
As we come back to the current nightscape here outside of Gavel Brewing, there are the few guards that are walking the grounds, where in the shadows next to Brew Station 5, Fours is attached to the side of the wall looking through the window. Oswald is down below. But up on the hillside, Lucius and Keegan. You can hear kind of the rustle of the grass. You can see the lights bounding over hill as one of the checkpoint vehicles are coming this way.
Oh, let's see. We had the wrecker kind of out of sight, so it's not on the main road, correct?
Correct. You guys had parked further down off a main road, partially because you didn't want anybody to like drive by and just see it.
Right.
You put it far enough away from the fence here that it wouldn't be something these guards should be able to see from inside. But you guys did find those secret doors last time, letting you know that fortunately it does look like Quinn parked next to a checkpoint.
Okay.
Yeah, but he probably didn't know that. I'm going to kind of hope that we haven't disturbed the grounds too much around here. And I'll look to Keegan and say, just be quiet. And suddenly the scenery around the car where we're hanging out is an illusion that doesn't show that we're there. And over the sliver, I'll say maybe when they stop at their checkpoint, we might glean some information.
I hope you didn't go with the stock illusion of the fruit stand with the guy selling oranges. 'Cause that would be really conspicuous.
It's just Quinn's car. Everything's just as if it weren't disturbed, as if we're not there.
So it's a custom image.
Were we still at Quinn's car, or do we head back up to the ridge?
Oh, is that where we are? I thought we were at Quinn's car.
I believe you two were still at Quinn's car, because that was further up the ridge from where you guys had parked, walked up, you saw the car, you guys had walked over there.
Okay.
Oswald and Fours had snuck down from here before disabling the electrical fence.
Okay, so we're up on a ridge where we can see too.
Wait, yeah, we can still see from here, right? Because that was the main point of us staying back, was being able
Exactly.
to watch guard.
Right, yeah. The point was that you guys had a good viewpoint in the area, so you could communicate to them where guards were and where they were about.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why Quinn's car is where it is, so that he also had that same overlook.
But yeah, as the vehicles approach, we will cut away to between two buildings. Fours, you're upon the side of a wall. You look down and see the hollowed out back skull of an Illican body laid upon the ground. The guard that is approaching the door to exit this brew station seems to be. You see them, you see them hold their hand up to the side of their head as they seem to be responding to a sliver before they will head out of the door, leaving the body on the ground there.
Did I spot any other personnel inside?
You do not spot any other personnel inside here, and you saw him come out before carrying the corpse by the shoulder and belt.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like there are no cameras in this building, no traces to the constant drifting out.
All right. Is there a way for me to climb in the window?
Yeah, absolutely. These larger side windows, 15 feet off the ground, are made big enough to provide ventilation for the building. So large enough for Fours to slip in.
All right. Hopefully I've gotten enough practice rounds of slithering through these type of factory windows. I'm going to go inside and I'm going to take out Quinn's backup HCOM. I'm going to be taking photos and sending them to Chavri Das.
Okay.
Ooh.
Very well. While you're doing so, Oswald, Fours slips into the building. The guard that had walked by, kicking away a small spider, is out of sight, but you can hear a little bit more commotion from guards in the main yard as you just hear kind of footsteps moving about.
I'm just gonna stay put. I'm gonna wait till Forrest signals to me where he wants me to try and come in the building, or give me some information about the inside of the building. In the meantime, I want to be prepared to let Forrest know if I see guards coming his way. So if I feel like I'm fairly well hidden where I'm at, I'm just gonna stay put and stay on watch.
Yeah, I didn't want to overload all the stuff I'm doing, but yeah, I would sliver to you guys the situation. Looks like Brew Station 5 is currently empty. We've got an Illican victim. I haven't gotten closer though.
Yes, I'd sliver back. Do you want me to come inside and give you backup, or you want me to stay outside to let you know if somebody else is coming in?
Eyes on the outside might be good for the time being, and I'll let you know where the best place to come in is if I need you.
Okay. I'll also sliver directly to Lucius and Keegan to ask if they have good line of sight on this building in particular, because I know it's like a compound. Sometimes there's like buildings blocking other buildings. And
Yeah, from up above in the hill, you guys will receive those sliver transmissions as the guard vehicle approaches and slows down.
Over Sliver, I'll say, Keegan, just try to keep watch and help our guys out. I'll try to mitigate these guys if things go wrong.
And I'll respond back that we've got a clear view of Brewhouse 5.
Is there a chance Quinn might be in there?
I'll respond back. Not sure yet. That's where we're checking out. Forrest is inside now.
Did you say there was a trap door?
Correct, there was a door open on the floor here that the guard did not have time to close.
Okay, cool beans.
But up above, Keegan, keeping watch. Lucius, you are in the illusion around the trees, I imagine, as these is actually over Quinn's vehicle.
It seems more intelligent to not be over Quinn's vehicle, but to be somewhere where they would have no reason to actually go into the illusion. So yeah, by some trees or something seems more appropriate. But where I feel like we can overwatch what's happening with these guys.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I figured, but just in case you had maybe you had some cool trick in mind.
No, yeah, I don't do cool tricks. I do safe tricks.
I just happen to create a giant illusion terrarium, but I have no tricks.
Don't touch it, you'll know.
Very well, so yeah, you guys will watch as the Corlean as well as Illican step out of the vehicle. They have auto rifles slung over their shoulders that are at a not ready position by their hip. They both have flashlights out as they kind of get out and walk towards the checkpoint. The two guards, as they kind of banter back and forth, bullshitting about doing the rounds. You hear them kind of talk a little bit about, you notice those spiders are getting bigger? Oh man, you telling me that one down below? Fucking nasty. As they'll approach the vehicle, kind of shine their lights across and into it before, well, where are we going to dump this? The Corlean we can start taking it apart. If you still have those keys, we can just drive it towards the spider forest. but they'll kind of stop there for a moment. One will walk over to the tree, open up the panel, and check in, saying, "All clear up here, checkpoint 4, disposing of vehicle," before you'd hear the, "Sounds good. Check back in when done." And the Illican will, "You got it. We'll see you then, Dorman," before he'll close it up and walk back over to the Corleone here. They will have a cigarette and go over to their own large Hedron van, pull out a couple of beers, and start to begin to ponder what the hell to do and how to get rid of this cop's car.
That is the start of that bottle episode of these two guys trying to figure out how to do this mundane task.
Yeah, I'll like kind of breathe easy about it. It seems like they don't have a clue that we've investigated it so far, but I'll definitely be keeping my eyes on them.
Yeah, keep my focus on our guys over in the field by the brew house. Lucius continue to focus on these guys.
Keegan, you can see out in the area between the brew houses and the main building, the guards seem to be a little bit more alert, but not combat ready. There's not guns out and whatnot, but the 4 that are out here taking watch and wandering around seem to have met up in the middle to kind of chat before they go back to doing their rounds, and 2 of them will go into the main building.
I shall relay to Forrest and Oswald that the guards seem to have a little powwow before breaking up. 2 went into the main building, and there's still some in the yard.
Okay.
I thought there was more than 4 guards roaming around inside. Didn't we see more than 4 earlier?
Yeah, one's behind you with a gun, one's behind me with a gun. That's 5 and 6.
We got 2 out here.
Yeah, could be the 2 up with you or 5 and 6.
Okay, I thought those were the 2 out in the yard that you were referring to.
Oh, no, in the compound, yeah. 4 of the guards kind of powwowed up, seeming a little more on edge than they were originally, but 2 guys went into the house, and 2 guys broke off and continued their patrols.
They seemed more on edge.
From what I can tell up here, I mean, they powwowed up, and they're just looking around a bit more than the casual walking of when we first got here.
Okay, now I'm trying to think of... I'm thinking back to all the things I've done since I've been here, like how well I've covered my own tracks, but...
Yeah, I'm immediately thinking they probably noticed that the fence is turned off.
Back at Brewhouse 5, 4s, as you take pictures of this corpse and send them off to Chavridas, what are you doing?
I'm going to have to sneak in, make sure this place is clear, like basically another check to make sure that this place is clear, and then I'm gonna be looking towards the trapdoor.
Alrighty, going to give me your perception as you look about the inside of this brewery.
All of the distillery barrels are polished to a mirror shine. Disorienting hall of mirrors.
Yeah, but while you're doing so, Oswald, you're outside listening in on the sliver chatter. What are you up to?
I think I'm still just standing by. I don't want to go in and rush in to help Fours if he doesn't need the help. I'm more a little worried about the guards being in a heightened state of alertness. I did notice that one spider earlier, so I'm maybe thinking, well, we did turn off the fence, so I don't know how fast it'll be before spiders get in here, so I'm probably a little on edge about that. But yeah, I think I'm just still hanging tight and ready to react in whichever direction it makes sense to go. I'm not convinced yet that it makes sense for me to go in to help Forrest until he says I should.
And 4s, your perception?
My perception, 17.
Okay, yeah, wandering around the inside of this building. There's nobody else in here. There's the main brew vats where you can smell the hops and whatnot. You can see the barrels for stuff that's been already packaged, maybe ready to be shipped out next. The body itself looks pretty nondescript. You don't recognize the Illican from what you can see, and the clothes he's wearing look to be business casual, button-up shirt, collar, done, khakis, some work shoes.
Do they have ID on them?
It does not look like you can find a wallet or an HCOM, anything like that. In one of his pockets, you do find an employee badge, marking him as a Amon Advancements lab technician.
All right. I'm going to pocket the Amon Advancements employee ID badge.
Yep, your cursor changes from an arrow to a little hand.
Am I close enough to the trapdoor at this point to see how far it goes down?
It looks like 2 flights of stairs. You can see that there are a few globes set up in the top corners of them, providing light. So, 30 stairs?
I'll sliver to Oswald that it's all clear in here. I'm going to be going down this trapdoor if you want to come inside so that we maintain eyes in Brewhouse 5.
That makes sense. On my way. And I will guess I'll go check that door and see if I can just go in the door.
So move around to the front of the building.
I will start moving that way, yes. I'm worried about anybody spotting me or making too much noise, even though I'm invisible and being sneaky, but
Go ahead and give me your stealth check then.
okay.
And for that red number.
Yeah, right.
Hey,
Oh, 17.
Hey.
Yeah, as you drift into the main part down here, as you look across, you can see the other brew houses, the lights on in the main building, the vehicles parked around the side of it. You see there's still there's a couple guards that are chatting out in the middle here, though you only see these two. The other two were reported to have gone inside the main estate. But an invisible Oswald finds himself at an unlocked door that opens into a hoppy room with a dead body.
Nice.
For fours, the door opens suddenly and without reason.
When the door opens, I'll glance up for a moment to acknowledge and head down the stairs stealthily.
Yeah, when I see you glance my way, I think I'll remember it's like, oh yeah, you can't see me. Just quickly flash over, it's me. Do you have scent? Can you smell me?
I don't have scent specifically.
Okay, it seems like a thing you would maybe have some of the time.
I think there might be like the scouting form, or there might be a scent adaptation that I've chosen not to take. So
Okay.
I'd have to double check though.
As Forrest descends into the darkness, disappearing below is Oswald at the door, I guess.
I thought I was going with just so that in case like you get, I don't know, knocked unconscious at a moment's notice or something, we know that it happened. And the other guys have overwatch of the compound. They should be able to let us know if somebody's coming towards Brewhouse 5.
Yeah, good call. Yeah, 'cause he has come down.
Yeah, because I'm like, if you fall down a hole and get knocked out,
Yeah,
you won't be able to sliver to me that happened,
True.
So yeah, I'll probably stay about, I don't know, 10, 15 feet back from Forrest as he's going down.
Very well. So as Forrest and Oswald descend under Brewhouse 5 into the old tunnels. Back up on the ridge, Lucius, as you maintain concentration upon your illusion. Keegan, as you watch the estate. Our two guards here, which by now you've learned are Chevry Branch and Parpazi, will throw their empty beer cans at a nearby spider before Parpazi will jump into the main driving seat. Chevry will tell them I'll follow after in the van. We'll take it out to the edge of Spider Forest, drop it off. If you guys have nothing else, then they will load up and go.
Yep. I'll pay attention to where they're driving towards, because that might be something to bring back to Chavry. But for right now, I'm just glad they're gone.
Yeah, from where you guys are now, they're going to head in a northwest direction.
Okay.
Say they were a Corlean and an Illican.
Correct.
Is Parpazi the Illican?
Yes.
Thanks, Jesse.
I tried.
I was gonna say it would be amazing if they just like started shooting the shit next to the car and started having a really, really interesting conversation that ended up distracting you guys. But now they're gone. It's all good.
Good.
I'm honestly not sure if either of them ever actually told us that there were two guards up there with them.
They
Nope.
did not.
Yeah.
No,
No
no,
reason.
I'm saying this as Sean.
Mm-hmm.
This is not Sliver. This is commentary.
Mm-hmm.
So still keeping an eye on the yard, making sure no one's headed towards Brewhouse 5.
Okay. Unless there's anything else you guys want to do, we'll jump back to Forrest and Oswald.
Yep, back to that.
So Forrest leading the way down. The stone steps here are new at first. Before the second flight of them, you see they turned into older worked stone. It looks like the brew house here was built over this, and they later probably found these tunnels and attached to them.
Oh shit.
Besides the smell of mildew and rotten water, you can hear occasional metal clangs from piping down here that echoes through the tunnels.
Oh god. So this opens up into just sprawling tunnels.
It does.
All right. So now I feel is a good enough time to ask Jesse.
Uh-huh.
How much have you clarified your whole not being able to get lost thing?
Oh, not really at all.
So that's not something I would think of when I see this.
Probably not, no.
You would have enough sense to be able to exactly find your way back.
Right. Yeah. So I'm probably looking around for obvious tracks. If you start striding confidently in a direction, I'm going to leave off looking for tracks and instead just follow you.
Well, as long as we're down here, I guess we could. Is it stupid to split up?
Are you asking in character or are you asking above table? Because the answer is the same either way, but the way I respond is a little different.
I gotta go see if Quinn's in here somewhere.
Yeah, I mean that's what we're here for.
How's the lighting down here?
Pretty minimal. The globes are there, so you've got about every intersection there's light.
Okay.
There's not as much in hallways.
All right, that'll be just fine for stealthing about, and I'll just be as I move. I'll be touching and running my hands along the walls as I go to have full awareness of as much as my surroundings as I can.
How long has it been since we entered the compound overall?
I'm going to say at this point, probably me 3-4 minutes.
Okay, my invisibility is going to run out soon.
Oh no! Oh yeah, that's gonna be. It's like a oh shucks thing, but
Yeah, exactly. Like invisibility is minutes per level. I'm still pretty stealthy even without it, so there's
Right.
just like no reason not to tack it on when we were coming in.
can you put it on again when we're leaving?
Yeah, I can cast again, but like it makes noise when I cast. I can't silent cast like Lucius can.
Oh yeah.
So that's a concern. That's why that's why I was thinking about the timing of casting spells as we were approaching the compound.
All right. I will turn back into Oswald.
And that's given what you saw upstairs, that's a bold choice.
Are the tunnels laid out in like an ordered fashion, or is it kind of just like a chaotic network, kind of a confusing network?
You can feel that these first few hallways seem to curve as the way, like you can see where the light spaces would be, like where the next intersection is.
Mhm.
As the lights curve a bit, it looks like, for at least these few hallways in the beginning, that they are around something.
They're architecturally radiating from a chamber that is okay.
Correct.
I will be trying to weave my way that way and keeping my ears peeled for any noises.
As you head deeper into it, the smell of water does become a bit more apparent as the mildewy becomes kind of that brackish, stale water smell as you guys keep moving in. Being in a confined space made of stone like this, with not a lot of other noises besides the occasional clang from an old pipe or things settling somewhere in the darkness, go ahead and give me both of your stealths.
I got a 26.
I got a 14.
It's a scary number.
It is.
So as you guys drift through these underground sewers, these lost hallways, you can see kind of a antiquated architecture here, something reminiscent of what you've seen in history books of the old houses and cities of Duskbanter, strange column fixtures and whatnot.
Pretty sure I did not get very robust into my history books in school.
Oh my god, do I recognize this hall? Is this where Jamak fought the giants?
Not this hall.
Okay.
Is this backstory stuff?
It's player knowledge question because I did watch that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I was cross-referencing that with the campaign.
But
But I
correct.
guess that would have been further north.
Yeah. Jamak was in the Arferia district,
Mm.
and this is Sordai. But we cut away from the darkness to find different darkness out on top of a starscaped night in the hills. The empty beer cans on the ground, the vehicle's gone. Keegan and Lucius, what are you up to?
Nice night.
Gotta
Can't
stay
keep going back to
focused.
the same movie, Marshall. Got to mix it up.
I'll be kind of contemplating, like, trying to think why do they have checkpoint stations with fixed radios when HCOMs exist? Like, there must be a reason. And thinking about how I can use that to my advantage. But other than that, really relying on Keegan to be the eyes of this party.
How are the guards looking in the grounds? I know the two went inside the house. Where are the other two at?
The other two are doing their kind of walk and wait around the main area.
Okay.
As we'll get interrupted by the sound of a single gunshot, as one of them is pulling out their pistol and hitting a fairly large spider that's running across the yard. And mostly the other one you'll see the shoulders move up and down as he chuckles, as the other one gets a running start and kicks the corpse into the side of a building.
I will say over the sliver, the guards are shooting a spider. It's taken care of.
Down below, in the ducts and sewers, you hear shh.
Oh, like a
fuck
staticky
yeah.
transmission from our sliver.
Like
Yep.
no, yeah.
Okay, so we can tell that somebody tried to transmit, but it didn't get through. Okay.
Oh
Correct.
no!
That's fun. I'm tempted to like try and pull out my HCOM and see what my service status is, but I'm worried about like the glow from the screen, so I don't think I'll do it.
Jeff, is that both of us hearing that failed transmission?
Yes.
All right. Am I still getting signals from Oswald? Or am I just getting static from everybody?
I mean, you can feel him 15 feet behind you.
Okay.
Your tremor sense still lets you know that he's there.
Okay. I wasn't sure if he was explicitly following me or not.
I am explicitly following you. Yes.
All right, cool. Okay.
I'll probably
I'm not worried
transmit
about
to
that,
you
man.
over Sliver, like nearby. Like I just got static. You?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
do
not-
we
I'm not
hear
getting
each other over our individual slivers?
Slivers originally were designed to function much like walkie-talkies, so they used to be limited by sight vision only until they were able to connect to an HCOM. So as it sits, you two right now can communicate through them.
Okay, got it. So the HCOMs don't work, but slivers do.
Basically, we can't get our signals to relay up to the surface at the moment. Cool.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
Good to know.
Drifting through, following and turning at the next intersection, you'll notice that occasionally you get to some dead ends that have large metal poles, kind of gratings where water drifts out, though a lot of them have kind of dried up at this point as far as water exits for here.
Exits?
So imagine where if this were to heavy rains were to come in and this were to
Okay.
fill,
Okay.
the water would be dispersed back out.
Drainage system.
Exactly.
Having flashbacks to Pauldron and the canal systems.
Yeah. Amongst the darkness of the sewer grates as you guys are following it along, at the edge of your tremor sense 4s of sight of people, unless they're using dark vision.
I probably am relying on dark vision while we're down here. It seems silly not to.
Sure. I mean, there are lights at every intersection. Fours does not have dark vision, so
Yeah, I guess it depends on like exactly how. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm not.
it's completely up to you. Regardless of which, you will sense tucked in the back of one of these sewer grates that are closed off from the rest of from the area you are in. You can definitely sense and feel the massive, twice the size of a horse spider that is tucked back in here. Its butt facing towards you, as it appears to be facing out of this area where its webbing would extend up towards the surface somewhere. But it is nestled back here, sleeping.
Oswald hears it through the sliver. Nope.
Just nope.
And he'll see me backing up. We're taking a different
I will
turn.
start backing up as well and say, what is it?
We're taking a different turn.
Imagine, like, if the spider wasn't there, you would have to cut through the bars to get into this side.
Okay.
So you are inside the building. This is where the water would come out. But no water has come in, so the spider's made a nest into the hole. But you just happen to be able to look into the back of that nest.
Oh. So we're safe. We're on the other side of it.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, your reaction is still totally valid. You would, when I say it's twice the size of a horse, is if you get a little bit closer, like as your tremor sense gets in there, you can definitely sense human size of bodies tucked in that web.
Okay.
So somewhere this thing is coming out and hunting and then comes back into here.
Awesome. I'm going to direct Oswald. Is it a dead end?
For that section, though, the tunnel continues around,
Okay.
continues past it, but it's one of the offshoots where water would be routed.
Okay. All right. Well, if that's the path forward, then after a moment. All right. I'm like, okay, we're continuing forward. Eyes down.
Eyes down. As we go forward, I do not keep my eyes down. That particular thing does not make any sense to me, so that's not what I'm doing. I haven't yet gotten any hints that what you're trying to do is shield my mental state.
So it'll be a learning moment for both of us.
That's right. Plus, you spotted it, I think, via Termosense, so who knows how well we're going to be able to even see this damn thing.
Well, are you using dark vision or not?
What I wouldn't be doing is just switching back and forth.
Okay.
So as we're going through, I would test out the dark vision to see if I feel like I've got better visibility using that, and if I do, then that's what I'm using the whole time.
You can see all the horrors that I miss.
Yeah, I just can't feel them coming if I happen to be looking the wrong way.
But very well. Amongst the dark vision, as you gaze down tunnels, you do occasionally look up and you see the fun patterns carved into the roof and ceiling here, the arcane geometry, these strange glyphs or runes that at one point may have done something, but at this point just look crusted over with dried sludge and mosses and dirt. But you will gaze down one of the tunnels and see that writhing mass on the back of a shiny black object of small, maybe toaster-sized spiders that seem to be sitting on top of what looks like the back end of a large sofa.
And as you're looking at that, you're probably also hearing over the silver, yep, eyes down, eyes down.
Yeah, I definitely feel that like crawling sensation up my spine. I have a moment of not being okay.
If I feel Oswald stop moving, I'll wait.
I probably do at least hesitate. Yeah.
Go ahead and give me that roll,
Yeah.
Oswald.
All right. I don't know if there's any other role you want to make me do. This seems like a good time for me to fail at something. Got another 26 on the stealth though, so I guess however my composure's doing, I'm at least staying quiet about it.
Yeah, though with maybe a little bit more, with a little bit quicker step, Oswald moves himself out of at least sight of where this thing is.
Yeah.
But you'd be left with just that brief vision as you get yourself past it, where it shouldn't be able to see anymore. Underneath these swarms of small spiders that are clearly crawling across its back, the glowing opening of multiple eyes from the backside as you drift around the corner.
Don't like that. And as I'm like thinking about it some more, it's like my brain is like struggling to get in gear because I know there's important information in what I just saw, and I don't know if I'm really grasping on it yet.
But as you guys move through, go ahead and give me your perception.
15 for me.
23.
So with the 15, Oswald's a little bit distracted, pondering over what lurks in the darkness and spots that are beyond his dark vision. There's a non-zero chance that you're here alone. But 4's resounding off walls and across these hallways, you'll notice changes in the stone, where it goes from being old, where it's been repaired, where you'll notice new hallways, as now you've gotten places where things have been fixed and seem to be moving towards that centralized location. But that 23 does mean in the distance you hear kind of a metal clang, as though someone maybe dropped a plate or a bowl, that kind of hollow tin.
Is that in the direction that we're moving or behind us?
The 23, you'd think it's ahead of you somewhere.
I don't know if the echo of the clanging bowl carries. I'm going to quicken my pace while that echo is carrying down the halls and then slow back down.
Okay. We cut up to Keegan and Lucius.
How long has it been since I relayed about the spider shooting?
At this point, 3-4 minutes.
Okay. Anybody headed towards Brewhouse 5?
Nope, not yet. The other 2 guards are still out and about. They've pulled a table over where they're kind of bullshitting with each other.
Okay. And the other 2 haven't come out of the house yet?
Correct.
Manor. Okay. Whereabouts are they, the 2 guards with the table at?
Looks like they're in front of Brewhouse 1 and 2.
Okay.
So if you look at it from the top, it goes 1, 2, main estate, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. And 5 is the furthest out, closer to the fence?
Correct. 5 is the furthest one away from you, and it is directly across from the main estate.
Okay. I will call over the sliver again that there's still no movement their way. Guards have moved over by house 1.
Is this an open slivering? Like, as in like all 4 of us, or is it just?
Yeah, it's to all 4, but we don't know that they don't hear us yet.
But they ain't responding, so.
They aren't responding. I'm assuming they're just being quiet, although it is in their head. So, and they were saying okay and stuff before when I would give them information.
Yeah, I think the
Oswald,
the last
4's
confirmation that you got from us was probably like a yep.
But now there's nothing. Yeah, I will directly message. Oswald, can you hear me?
Let's hope that it's just that they went too deep.
As opposed to they've gotten eaten.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or captured or something.
That's disconcerting.
The idea that there's spider tunnels below this place is not in my brain, but
No, we just know that they went underground.
Yep.
Where somebody drug a body out of.
And yeah, I'll just get a little bit nervous about that, but there's not much we can really do at this point.
Yeah,
except for just watch the guards, because it sounds like more and more spiders are crawling around, and hopefully they don't put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, I'll look at Lucius briefly. How long do you want to give it before we go in?
I don't have a good answer for that right now. Until we see guard activity, that's pretty much how I feel about it. I think we're going to see them going towards thinking there's something wrong with the fence before they think there's something wrong involving Forrest and Oswald.
With that, a set of headlights you guys will see coming down their service road begins bounding across the darkness. As you can kind of see it wobbling as it hovers towards the main estate. Probably be here in the next 5 minutes or so, 5-10 minutes.
Well, just because I can't hear them doesn't mean they can't hear me, so I will relay the information just in case they can still pick up on us, but let them know their car's coming to the estate.
All right, excellent. Down below, we cut back to our heroes moving through the darkness.
We are still getting a static sound when a transmission tries to come through.
Correct. I mean, it would feel random, effectively, at this point, without basis for it, but occasionally your sliver will simply...
Okay.
I reach back like Carl from Die Hard, and I turn off Oswald's sliver. My thumb.
Yeah. I, as a player, have some ideas about how to handle this, but Oswald, that is not where his head's at. Yeah, I'm just following fours, hoping he's not leading us into the mouth of an even bigger spider.
A small bioluminescent lizard streaks across the roof of these aqueducts as you guys move towards the sound of the clattering bowl.
Those lizards, they give you increased stamina, I think, or increased grip strength.
Yeah, grip strength, yeah.
Yeah.
Do we just have to kill them, or do we have to eat them? I forget how it works.
Gotta shoot them, eat the tail.
Ah,
But as you get further down into this area, you're able to hear the hum of technology.
What? We hear a radio playing some tunes. That would really, put me at ease a little bit.
yeah, except it's like 80 years old music, and it's like not playing for radio. It's like a fucking phonograph, and it's all like warbly.
Nope. It occasionally will go off as you guys hear some static from it, but as you get a little bit closer, it does sound like it is or at least it is connected to the Seeker's transmission frequency. So you'll start to pick up just local Sword-Eye Seekers, kind of reporting where they're at, all quiet, where they're going to.
Bearcat scanner.
Yeah, altercation on 5th and 7th, heading over. Roger.
Joke's on them. The cops know that all the other people have police scanners.
About how farther until the main chamber?
Your tremor sense tells you it's not more than about 20 feet away as it starts to open up.
Okay.
My invisibility is definitely off at this point, by the way.
Absolutely.
Doing the math from what Marshall asked. Yeah.
Yeah.
At some point during this crawl here, I would have double-checked Quinn's HCOM. If I sent the pictures at the top of the trapdoor, or I basically chose to send them, I was going to double-check to see if that went through.
This is like 12 out of 16 sent, but
Okay.
it looks like 4 did not send, and other than that, there seems to be no access to the constant down here. Enough that the HCOMs can connect.
No bars.
Yep. I wanted to make sure that a signal had been sent.
But as you move through this, as you approach that larger, kind of almost amphitheater-esque area, you can see several large void glass screens, standard kind of like 2-foot wide TV kind of thing. Several of those set up. A few data pads. There seems to be a large, almost well-like structure in the middle of this here, and against the far wall, the south end of this empty, cavernous kind of area, there are 6 of them so far. 4 of them filled. Imagine lockers, but you can see kind of the panels at the front showing humanoids, Corlean and human, at various stages of what you'd almost assume decay, but closer inspection may reveal other things. But otherwise, yeah, you hear the chatter of Seekers as you peek into this otherwise empty large room. The pool in the middle, the screens on the wall.
All right.
I'm getting the vibe that this is more well lit than the intersections have been.
It is not, actually. Besides the illumination from the technology itself, this room seems to be entirely set up for somebody with dark vision to use.
Got it.
So most of this is being described through Forza's tremor sense.
Yeah.
Are there other entrances or exits?
Yes, it looks like from here as you walk out into it, as your tremor sense expands out, it looks like there are 3 other entrances to this room.
All right. I'm going to check our exits. Oswald, search this room.
Okay. I will start doing that.
Yeah, you can feel the strange texture under your boots, Forz, as you move about, checking the entrances, implying, though your tremor sense can't determine it, there is a pattern, at least probably on the floor.
Okay.
And you do hit occasionally like cables that connect to the large pool in the middle as you move from door frame to door frame.
All right.
Go ahead and give me your perception as you do so. And Oswald, with your dark vision on, go ahead and give me your perception.
All right.
30.
Really worried about that pool in the middle. 27.
Alrighty, with a 30 on your perception fours, most of this seems safe. You're not sensing anything besides the occasional small lizard or even smaller spider running from said lizard. But there is something about the west exit that with your 30, you can hear the faint sound of ruffling or something scraping or light tapping. You can that faint tapping combined with the humming, you feel as though you're hearing somebody singing the Fruit and Bean theme song.
What?
The what?
No.
As we cut back to Oswald.
Wait. Somberly singing or like cheerfully singing?
Somberly, as though they are keeping themselves entertained with it.
All right, cool. I was like, you traitor! That better be sad.
Oswald, shifting to dark vision, this room is a lot to take in. The symbols of Gulshern, the god of order and law, are carved upon roof and floor and walls. The screens here seem to have been put up haphazardly over them, damaging the ancient runes carved in here. The pool in the middle, with dark vision, easy enough to spot the many kind of fluke-like forms swimming around inside of it, maybe 24 of strange cyclopean fluke worms. Upon the lockers on the south wall, those forms, though they are not moving, they are alive, and they seem to be at various stages of what you'd assume almost feels like seeing a human turn into an Illican, but you know it's not an Illican. You have no idea what is happening to them or how far along they are. Their forms seem to be in a almost dormant torpor-like state.
Yeah.
But sitting on the edge of one of the desks here, you can see 5 bowls. You can see a few spoons sitting at the top here that show that these probably need to be cleaned. You can see like crusty bits of wet mush or food that would have been on them that matches up with the smell and texture of the fungus that seems to grow on the inside of the well walls. You can see Forza's form as he moves around, stepping on and over the large cables that run to this pool-like structure in the middle that seems to be providing the heated sludge for these fluke worms to move about freely within.
Oh god. So the worms can move from out of the pool through these cables to wherever the cables connect?
Nope, you assume that these are power cables.
Oh, okay. Alright, that's less concerning. Still bad, just not as bad.
Are the power cables just providing a charge to the sludge, making it like non-Newtonian or something?
What's the other end of those cables connected to? Like generators? The decay pods? Through a wall, so I don't know.
Yeah, as far as your dark vision goes, they seem to run up before they run up the side of a wall and continue across like the ceiling of one of these tunnels.
Okay, but there's multiples of these cables.
Correct.
Okay, so that's weird for a power source. Normally you just have like one power cable. That tells me it's not electricity being transmitted through these cables as power. Soul juice or something.
That or you need a
God's
lot
blood.
of electricity because, yeah, you can use multiple cables to parallel feed things.
Nobody knows that, John.
Yeah, get out of here, sorcerer!
Everybody knows you just need a longer and longer extension cord. That's all that like high tension wires are. They're just really long extension cords.
No such thing as voltage drop.
But that being said, as we cut away from Oswald gazing upon a strange sight here in the cables and the pool, we cut back to Lucius and Keegan. There's still no response yet from your friends as you watch the vehicle. At this point, you can see now that this vehicle is the same vehicle that left about 20 minutes ago, that had come up to the front, but as this time is now approaching from the back side of the estate. As we'll pull up outside of the main building, you'll see a very well-dressed human, blonde hair, step out of it from the back seat, as you'll see kind of the heavier set, dark-haired human come jogging down the stairs. Lucius, you recognize this as Algier Sanam, the owner of the area. But you will see Algier come up and shake the hand of the taller, blonde, well-dressed gentleman. They will converse for a moment.
No idea about this blonde guy.
Yeah, Lucius, go ahead and give me a knowledge corporate check. There's something familiar about him.
Without any bonuses, if they exist, I got a 27 total.
Excellent. And this is where it would be odd, because you are looking at a human here with your friend Keegan, but there are no human bonuses. And that's where you remember you have seen this person from a video Forrest played for you.
Oh shit. A certain video where somebody was resurrected.
Mm-hmm.
I try to sliver fours and then go fuck.
But you will see Algier and the well-dressed man begin to head towards Brewhouse 5.
Amazing.
I attempt to sign fours again. Fuck.
Start trying to call over The sliver.
Keegan, this is bad.
People are headed your way. People are headed your way. This is bad. Who the hell are those guys?
Yeah, I'm instantly starting to think of any sort of distraction.
Who are those guys?
Forrest has a video of who was that again?
Sanam?
Who? No, the person that resurrected them.
Ben Varos,
Yeah, Ben Varos. Yeah.
victim number something.
Yeah.
1.
Forrest had a video of Ben Varos resurrecting what I knew as an illithid, a mind flayer, and that person was there, or was that person them?
That person is them.
That person was them. That is a goddamn mind flayer.
Well, illithid, since we're playing in a different universe.
Oh yeah, you don't want to have the Pinkertons coming after you.
It's a goddamn illithid. I don't know if there's anything I could do magically that would fool that thing.
The guys aren't hearing us, are they? What'd you get from Bomb Bros?
And I'll be thinking about my own kind of distraction as I pull a couple random grenades out of my pocket, just 2 of them, and start swirling them in my right hand.
Random. Which ones is he swirling?
I've got frags, I've got LS grenades. What else did I get?
An EMP?
Yeah, I definitely got an EMP. I think that was what I got.
Crap, they're moving that way. Are they moving that way quickly?
Yeah, I mean, they're having their chat. They seem to be conversing as they move towards it at a leisurely pace,
Okay.
as one does at 1 in the morning when they don't think anyone's watching them.
Is it? We have enough time to think of something and come back to us before they get inside.
Yes, you have some time to think as we cut back to Oswald and Forrest.
Yay, movie magic.
Do we just fire them?
If I fire them right now, I think I don't have to pay for their health insurance.
We cut to Forrest and Oswald underground. As Oswald gazes upon the technology and what's going on here, Forrest, you get to the end of, you've completed the circle of the room, you're standing by the lockers that you can't kind of see what's in them, like you can't, with no light really in here. Your charm sense tells you of the shape that's there, but not what's like in it.
Mhm.
Do I know you can't see, Forrest?
In the dark?
Has that,
Yeah.
Yeah, has that... Okay, that's come up?
Yeah.
Okay.
You'd probably be surprised, especially in dark vision. Forrest seems to get around very well.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how much I know about what you can do, Forrest. Like, I get the impression you can just, like, take on different capabilities and abilities at will, and I don't really know what the limits are there.
I think part of that is just me being mysterious in the way that we all like to be mysterious. And then
Sure.
the other part is kind of like, I know I talked a little bit about Jeff about the shape-shifting mechanics and how they work with that class, and we're kind of massaging it a little bit. So part of it is also kind of like, I don't want to abuse it or overstep my bounds by asking to do really weird shape-changey things. So I've been
Sure.
keeping it mild.
I like that. That makes a lot of sense. I think we all kind of do that.
Yeah. Yep. I would stop at the west passage while I'm still in the chamber, so I still have line of sight and reliable sliver communication to Oswald, and ask him to keep your eyes out for keys.
All right. Can I, like, looking? I assume you're thinking of freeing these prisoners. So I'm gonna take a closer look at the pods and see. Is it gonna be keys that gets people out of here, or is it gonna be like a key code?
Looking it over, it looks like there is a handle on it that would be able to open, but looks like it's sealed with a card swipe.
Okay. So yeah, I'll relay. The folks in the pods are alive, but they're turning into something else. I don't know what. It's almost like an Illican, but not like a weird mutant Illican. We'll need a key card or something to get them out. I think earlier I did not hear the bowl dropping, right?
You did not, yes.
Okay.
You'd rolled a 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be moving towards the direction of the fruit and bean jingle.
Yeah, I'll start looking around for a key card.
I'm assuming, I guess I just said key because I'm thinking he might be locked in a cell or something, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I happen to find old school jailer's keys on a key
Yeah.
ring, I'll grab those too.
Yep.
Very well.
Groping around in the dark in a big antechamber, like, yeah, you could find the key.
Yeah. Yep, I'm looking on desks, assuming there are some. I'm looking in drawers. I'm just looking around. I don't know where keys would be.
Yeah.
I assume keys would be in somebody's pockets who are not here, but you never
Yep,
know.
they're on the way.
Yeah,
Oh, the key's on its way.
yeah.
Very well. Heading down the west corridor, you will pass. There will be another light at the next intersection before it descends into darkness. But carved into these walls, normally you'd probably assume this would be like burial rites, right? Like you'd place a corpse upon a.
Fire?
I totally forgot that word.
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
shelves.
It's like a cubby hole
Like
in a
this guy.
mausoleum for a
Yes.
body.
Cubby hole for a corpse.
Correct.
But
Yeah.
you're saying it has a special
Guard?
name that I have not rattled off.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a. I'm sure a mausoleum would do just fine for this. So,
Is it a
Upon the
fane?
wall-
Is it a disused fane?
but as you follow down this hallway, you'll start to notice there are a few of these carved-in holes, corpse cubbies, as we refer to them so casually. These mausoleum carvings. But you will notice there is a section of them that do have the bars put across them and doors that have been installed over the top. But in the top one, you will pick up the large kind of sludge, like soggy bread chunks that it feels like are on the floor and the bowl next to it. No silverware or anything, but looks like it's fallen from the second tier of these, about 2 feet off the ground, where the faint humming has stopped. And a very confused form whispers out in a familiar voice, "Who's there?"
I'm going to. How high up is this cubby hole that he's trapped in?
So about knee height for you, but let your force to lay down.
Yeah, I'll slink over to it and pass the HCOM through the bars.
Amongst the illumination of the screen, you'll see the scruffy blonde facial hair and kind of like the dilated pupils finally getting full light in his eyes of a wilted-looking Quinn.
You left your phone in your car. I'll reach it through the bars, and I'll say, "Do you know where the keys are?" While I'm looking down at the fashioned door.
No, he'll start to answer you before he. Wait, fours?
Yep.
Wait, do you look like me for real right now?
But you're in darkness, so I figure you sound like you.
I sound like me, but I look like Oswald.
With only his flip phone to illuminate.
Yeah. How long have you been down here?
I would guess 4-5 days. They've tried to feed me 7 times.
Have you not eaten?
No?
I'm gonna pat my pockets to see if I have any food on me.
Just pull a sandwich out.
The man who has this, there's something he presses, something nearby he presses that opens the gates.
Do you know where that thing is?
You can hear him like trying to move in place, right? Like he's stuck in that cubby
yeah.
hole.
Like which end of the hall? I'll say.
I think it comes from, and he'll stop and then tap on the right side of his chamber. He'll be like, it comes from this way, which to you would be like southeast. So while you are going to look for that is Oswald.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking around for keys or anything else that seems useful for breaking people out of weird decay mutant pod things that they're in.
Yeah, go ahead and give me your perception as you search about.
I got a 29.
Yeah, you're checking under keyboards, behind screens. You're filling these up, and it's a bit odd. There does not seem to be a key card here, or it does not seem to be jailer's keys.
Yeah. And I don't think I'm actually that surprised by that. I didn't think there was a very high likelihood of finding that.
2 chairs here. There's obviously people come down here.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing that stands out of that nature. I guess in your search you can see that there are cables going to the back of each of these medical containers, that they have their own power source going up into the roof.
Okay, I'll send a quick update to Fours. I'm not entirely sure whether I have that line of sight on them or not, but I'll send it either way. Haven't found any keys yet. Looks like each of these pod things has an independent power supply. I'm going to see if there's some way to defeat the mechanism and open it manually.
Sounds good. I'm looking for. It looks like the cell. These other cells open through some other mechanism, some sort of release.
Do I know you found other cells?
Well, you know what hallway I'm in. But no, I wasn't being super specific. You're gonna get surprised with Quinn.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. I'm gonna just leave you to it then. It seems like you're doing your thing, and you've got me doing a task you'd like me to do. So, I'm gonna go over to whichever the nearest pod is. I don't know, I'm probably a little weirded out by what's going on inside that pod, so I'm actually gonna try not to look inside it.
Oh, yeah. And also my direction was more of a keep your eyes peeled for keys and not doesn't have to be like a I need you to find these keys, like drop
Well, you
everything else
also,
you're
like,
doing.
before you said keys in particular, you also said, hey, look around and search this area, so.
No worries about not finding keys. I knew it was
Yeah.
also a kind of a long shot.
Exactly. So, yep, going over the nearest pod and investigating both the latch and the hinges, trying to see if it's what it would take to, like, get this to open without a key card.
Yeah, go and give me your disabled device.
Okay.
And fours, while you're checking, give me your perception.
19.
Gonna see if I get surprised by a brain sucker. 25.
You know, the 19 Oswald, as you look these over, they're a bit more advanced than what you've seen so far. Like, these are, like, you'd almost assume fresh, or at least newly made from a mom. But between your 29 and your 19, as you're pondering over here and looking this in, you will find, looking over it, you don't have the tools to be able to disable this and then still have it open. Like, you could break it
Right.
and, like, seal whoever's in here, but you don't have a way to break it open.
Okay.
But your perception is high enough that maybe with a good disabled device and with access to their power, if you think you could try to cycle it to pop it open. Of course, error would mean you're just going to cut off power to all these.
Right. Yeah. So you're saying the idea occurs to me, like, maybe if I turn it off and then turn it back on again, that will just put it in a reset state where they just open.
Yeah.
But maybe not, and I don't know enough about computers to know which way it's going to go. So far, I'm not feeling like we have a sense of urgency yet, so at this point, I'm probably going to start heading towards fours.
Perfect. As you come around the corner, with dark vision going, you see the bowl on the floor. The mush of whatever fungus or paste grows on the walls on the inside of that well, splattered across the ground. You can see the faint human fingers sticking out from the catacomb on the wall, as Fours is standing in front of what is, looks like a small panel that opens up and does have a checkpoint radio in it, as well as buttons.
Yay, buttons!
Huh.
As you enter in here, you'll pass by the withered form of Agent Quinn, as he hears another person in this room, but of course does not see anybody.
Right.
But with that, we've given enough time to our heroes on the hill.
Oh no.
But yeah, we cut back up to the hill as Sanam and the well-dressed man approach Brewery House 5. The other guards from inside come out to join the other two, somewhere far away from you guys. Chevry and Parr are listening to music as they bounce the vehicles further and further away towards the Spider Forest, unaware of anything happening back at base.
They're having their
that.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off joyride.
About that and me thinking, like, why do they have these checkpoints and not HCOMs? I'm praying on this. I'll toss a grenade to Keegan and say, I really hope this works well. And I'm going to create an illusion near where the gate's power source was, where Oswald disrupted it. And there's going to be the image of both of them kind of walking up to the...
Both of who?
The guards that are off listening to music.
Oh, okay.
Because I've seen them, I know their faces. Yeah, there's going to be this image of them, like, kind of walking over to that, like, kind of looking at some spiders or whatever and talking amongst themselves. And then a very, very large, let's say like I've got 60 cubic feet to work with. So let's say a 30 by 30 giant nightmare spider is going to kind of come out of the darkness, and they're going to just start screaming before this spider starts tearing them apart. The intention is that this illusion is hopefully going to draw these guards to want to save these two guys that are being killed. Eventually the spider's going to go towards the fence, where it's going to overload the electric fence, and the box that Oswald had been playing with is going to kind of spark up as if it's failing now, and the spider is going to be able to imitate ricocheting bullets off it in the hopes that they're going to try to shoot at it. Any questions?
No, all sounds there. Keegan?
What did you want me to do with this grenade?
It looks like I'm focusing on something at the moment.
Okay.
So as Sanam and the well-dressed man are about to reach Brewery House 5, a piercing scream cuts through the air as the illusion, Chevry and Parr Posy, find themselves attacked by a giant spider. A nightmare spider, as it were. Massive and carapaced, shiny and black with glowing red eyes. scythe-like hands, and it comes screeching towards them. They are ripped apart, violence spreading in all directions as it turns towards the fences. At this point, go ahead. If you have a perform, I'd be one of that, but I'm absolutely fine also going. Lucius, if you'd like to roll me a bluff check.
My perform is oratory.
Okay, then let's go with bluff.
Let's go with bluff. I attempt to bluff. I get a 30 total.
Very well. With a 30 on your bluff, these 4 guards out here, one of them has to do the stand up and knock over the table.
Right.
One of them has to be like, sir, as he starts yelling at Sanam and the well-dressed man to get back, as the other 2 with auto rifles begin moving forward. The one that told him to get back is a Corlean. You'll see him draw a constant blade and activate it. So you'll see the glowing of the energy blade as he pulls a Corlean thumper off of his back and starts loading it. But the other ones with auto rifles will begin running across the estate towards where the Nightmare Spider is, as the illusion of the electrical fence breaking down triggers, sending sparks flying in various directions. The small dog-sized spiders run away from the horrible noise and whatever the hell's happening here. But it does seem to have put this into a state of chaos. The well-dressed man and Sanam, though, accompanied by this bodyguard, they're too far away from the main estate, so they will move defensively towards Brewhouse 5.
That was what I wanted.
You'll see Sanam and the well-dressed man will get pushed inside the building before the doors closed. The Corlean with the energy blade will take off towards the main estate, running as fast as possible. While you're concentrated on this, you can still move. So is there anything else you guys want to do while this chaos is beginning to take place?
Oh, jeez.
It's kind of focusing on the illusion, but if Keegan goes anywhere, I follow. Because I don't know if I can even see if those guys are moving towards Brewhouse 5. Like, I'm not a very perceptive guy.
Yeah, I will let you know they just went into Brewhouse 5.
Shit. It's not what I wanted.
Let's see, Brewhouse 5 is near the fence. How far away are we from the wrecker?
Oh, at this point, probably a good solid 10-minute walk.
Okay, be easier to get to the fence from here.
Yeah, I mean, you can get to the fence in, moving at normal speed, you probably get to the fence in under a minute. At a full run, you'd be there in a couple rounds.
Okay. From where we are, which is the closest brew house?
Either 1 or 3.
Okay. How close are we to the fence line at this point?
With a full run, you could be there in a couple rounds.
Okay.
We're probably pretty safe to run it at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna grab Lucius and let's say we gotta get in there.
Fuck. Keep running.
Yeah, I'll be leading him towards the fence.
Whose idea was this?
At least we didn't send Oswald on his own. I'll lead Lucius to the fence and we will deal with that when we get there.
I can't wait for the other 2 guys to come back from the dead.
What's up, guys?
What's going on?
Keegan and Lucius, as you are running towards the fence, the illusion beginning to dissipate as they shoot at the large nightmare spider. The bullets go through, but for them, it looks like it's bouncing off harmlessly. It bumps into the electrical fence, sending fake sparks about as it rides, as it gets shot at, and continues to screech and move. But yourselves, as you get to the fence, what are you doing?
We've been seeing kind of spiders everywhere, right?
No, I mean, you don't really notice them out here in tall grass.
They're just latched to us like ticks.
Shit.
I was looking to see if I could throw one at the fence, but what does the fence look like it's made of?
It's a chain link fence.
It's a chain link fence?
I
Okay.
believe we said last time.
How high is it?
Say about 20 feet.
And let's see, I'm going to put faith in the fact that this thing is still down. And is the chain link fence go into the ground, or is it kind of, can I see the edge where it could be pulled up a little bit?
Into the ground.
Into the ground? Damn it. Lucius, can you climb?
Not well. And just punch the fence down.
I can't just punch the fence down.
I love that you guys are thwarted by barrier number 1, which is literally just a chain link fence.
I am a sorcerer.
Can't you just magic through the fence?
Can you get through the fence?
I magic through bullets, not fences. Come on. No, I'm still concentrating on my illusion, so come up with an idea. If I stop concentrating, I've only got 3 rounds left on that thing before it goes away.
Just throw him over my shoulder and climb.
I love the sack of potatoes plan.
Yeah, because I definitely have a -1 to climb.
I think that's my plan.
Alrighty, you got 3 rounds.
You're gonna go full Dark Schneider, Marshall?
Yes.
I am not going to elaborate.
Yeah, normally not carrying a person like a sack of potatoes. I'd say that this is pretty straightforward. You can do it without a problem. Carry a person with a sack of potatoes. It is a chain link fence. It's DC 10.
Okay.
I like to think with my physical stats, not very heavy.
My climb check is 22.
Excellent. You're able to make easy work enough without losing Lucius thrown over your shoulder, but I still need another one to get you to the top of this fence.
Okay.
Oh God.
Holy crap, 9.
Encouraging words, sir?
Nope, I'm
He's busy
focusing on things.
concentrating.
Nope, he's concentrating.
Alrighty, and then go and give me one more. You didn't fail by enough to fall, but you failed by enough not to make any ground.
A second 9.
Whoop.
So as the illusion of the spider fades away, as the guards are focused upon that area, at the top here of this fence, Keegan Creek, with Lucius Estibold over one shoulder, finds himself unable to cusp over it as the guards turn your direction.
So much that 3+ rounds.
We cut away to underground with Fours and Oswald. As you're standing in front of the panel, the buttons are there. In the far distance, you can hear the rapid snapping sound of distant gunfire, though it's impossible to tell quite where at this point, only that just those echoes come along the stone pathways and across the sewers and the aqueducts you walk through, telling you something somewhere is happening.
That's
All
our broad clock.
Yep. I'm going to open up the panel and start monkeying with it.
Is there anybody else over here, or is it just Quinn?
It is just Quinn, though you can see that the other ones look like they were recently occupied.
But have now been put in with those boxes, yeah, the lockers.
Okay. Do you got this for us? I'm gonna see if I can figure out a way to free those other folks.
Yeah, and I don't know where was that like were those screens? Was that like a computer system? Is that connected to the constant?
I'll go find out.
All right. And yeah, if you can find any security codes, I don't know how well I'm going to do at guessing this.
Yeah, I think we might be progressing rapidly to smash it open.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm gonna give it the old computer use.
Yep.
Try. Of course.
We knew it was waiting somewhere in the wings for us.
Yep. Yep.
What'd you get on your computer use for us?
I got a 13. Not too shabby for a computer guy.
Better than my climb.
13 is not the worst lowest number you could get.
But it is the lowest you can roll.
It is. So with that, Oswald, as you run back into the main chamber, Fours, as you are trying to figure out this computer use check here, you're just not finding you're monkeying around with it. The button combination's not working. You definitely have activated the communication, so somewhere, you've pressed that button where you hear the shh, hello, shh, and it turns off again.
Mm-hmm.
But either the button didn't work, or maybe there's not enough power for it here, or for whatever reason, you just don't think that you have found the correct option to open these gates. Oswald, as you enter back into that main area, what are you up to?
First thing I'm going to do is check those void glass screens and see if they respond when I try to activate them or turn them on or whatever.
One of them does bring up cameras of the area, so it shows kind of the main courtyard. You'll see a giant nightmare spider attacking one of the corners. You'll see gunfire going on.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of the cameras seem to be pointed in directions that aren't really useful at the moment.
Yeah. But I'm increasingly becoming aware of my situation where I'm trapped underground in a compound that's being overrun by spiders. It's like this is all kinds of awful already. Okay, skip past the cameras. I'm looking for anything that looks like it might be a computer panel that deals with releasing prisoners or opening gates or anything like that.
Okay, go and give me your computer use.
I got an untrained 16.
You see the cameras on one screen. You can see that it has the rates and, basically it's showing where all the temperatures of all the different brewery vats and where they are at. You find on one of the smaller screens, it shows the vitals, at least, of the bodies inside, and everything seems to refer that they're doing okay.
Actually, that maybe is actually useful information. Okay, I'm going to take a moment to look at those vitals.
Mhm.
because I'm thinking now about the previous option of like doing the power cycle, and if it goes wrong, they're just gonna like lose life support basically.
Mhm.
So I want to get a sense of if I do that, and if it does go wrong and they lose life support, about how long will they have before they actually do die? Because they're gonna like coast, right?
Let's see. How about this? Do you have? Yeah, go ahead and roll me a heal check.
Yeah, I do have heal. That's why I was thinking maybe this is useful. Total of 17.
Healthy humanoid bodies in that area, you should get about 20 minutes
Okay.
before they would just start to pass out.
Okay, got it. Non-healthy, who knows what's happening to them bodies, maybe quarter that, but I have at least a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna holler back to Fours that none of these computer panels seem like they're gonna open up any of these pods or your cage back there. And I'm gonna try the power cycle.
Do it.
Alrighty, go ahead and give me that disable device for that. Fours, as we cut back to you, as you're trying to press on this, you will see the green light come in as somebody goes, as the panel in front of you, well, hello? Hello? You hear kind of a Corlean accent coming through.
Hmm.
Station 1, check in.
Oh boy, go full Han Solo. You give me just 1 second here. I'm going to radio in. Catacomb cells not responding to key command. Please resend code
Nice.
with a 21 on my bluff.
I love it.
Alrighty, with the sense motive, you'll hear a bit of ruffling around before. We're going to need you up here quick. Standard code is going to be 83417. We need you up here. Sanam and Thilmeliak are under attack.
Copy.
Oswald, your disable device was?
I got a 29 on my disabled device.
Excellent. So as you turn off the power to these pods, as you recycle them back on after having broken the lock so that it was perma-closed, so when it turns back on, it resets itself, and the hiss of successful pneumatic locks popping open.
I'm gonna steel myself for what I'm about to have to do because I have no idea what the state of these people are in these pods. I'm gonna go over to the first one and the nearest one and try and like awaken its occupant.
The humanoid form is still there. Arms, legs, all that. You can see where blossoming bruises and purpling is starting to happen underneath the skin. Their eyes are a bit groggy, though their pupils and the colors in their irises are starting to go away. It looks at you with a bit of confusion of, who are you? What are you?
We gotta go. We gotta get out of here. Can you walk?
It'll stumble out a bit before kind of catching itself on the wall and and trying to brush you off and say it's fine.
Okay, take a few minutes. Well, not that much, but hold on while I get the rest of these people out. And I'm gonna repeat the process with everybody else in the pods.
Fours, as you cut back and put in the code, you're able to pop open the gates here.
All right. Hell yeah. Can you walk?
Quinn, as you help pull him out,
Yeah, I'll help him to his feet.
yeah, you can see he's pretty much in just a long shirt, standard kind of his standard pants, and does not have his shoes, but he'll, I can do it.
All right.
You can feel him looking around as he can't see where anything is.
I'm gonna be supporting him with one arm, because he's been trapped off of his feet for a while and also can't see anything. So yeah, we'll be guiding him around. But yeah, we gotta go.
Very well. As we come to a close on this session, we cut back to Oswald. What are you doing?
All right. Are any of the people here, at least originally, of a species that has dark vision?
No.
Do I think any of them can see? Okay, got it. I'm the only one who can see this whole goddamn place.
Correct.
We've got this.
Now, as you are the only one that can see, the first couple that have gotten out, though they're able to stand up all the way, as they're flexing what is still an emaciated body, you can see where muscle is starting to grow amongst that purple and bruising under the skin. The first one seems to be having a hard time getting his jaw to close just right, as you keep hearing the clicking and clacking, as though it doesn't seem to connect where it's supposed to. The other one next to him begins looking over at you, his eyes hungry, as he seems to sniff in, staring at you, shaking his head as though there's something wrong, but he can't seem to stop looking at you.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead and give me a sense motive.
Okay. I got an 11. It's not very good.
So we end this session with Fours coming around the corner with one arm, helping to support Quinn, as an Oswald is backing away from the four prisoners with their purplish skin as they are reaching out in hunger towards Oswald's face in the darkness of this catacomb.
Shit.
Thanks for listening. As always, like, rate, review, subscribe, all that jazz. Or Join us in the Discord. Our intro and outro music is from Nihilor. That is Dweller on the Threshold. But I also use Lore and Everything Breaks. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Okay, thanks, bye!